It started with a phone call and a question no sibling ever expects to hear. "Hey, did you hear we broke up?" Her voice was calm. Too calm. Like she'd been holding something in for far too long. My brother's girlfriend, well, ex-girlfriend now, had texted me out of nowhere, apologizing for canceling plans we had made to hang out. She said she didn't want to overstep. Not after the breakup. That was the first I heard of it. I was stunned. They'd been dating for 6 months, and to be honest, I thought they were doing fine. Actually, better than fine. She and I had grown close over those months, bonding over hair, makeup, shopping. She was fun, thoughtful, kind. Nothing about her ever rang false. So I asked what happened, and that's when the dam broke. She said she couldn't take it anymore, couldn't keep auditioning just to prove she wasn't after his money. That word stuck with me, auditioning. Like love was some kind of performance, and she was failing the role. Then she told me the truth, all of it. My brother, 27, successful, wealthy, proud, had been testing her. Not once, not twice, repeatedly. Like a scientist in a lab coat, setting traps and recording reactions. Only this wasn't an experiment. This was someone's heart. He'd purposely left his bank statements scattered across the bed, then peeked through the doorway to see if she'd pick them up. When she did, just glanced at them, like anyone would, he decided that was enough to label her a gold digger. He invited her to dinner at a high-end restaurant. His idea, his choice, and then forgot his wallet. Left it at home, intentionally, just to see if she'd cover the bill. It was $500. She did. She's an elementary school teacher. Do you know what that means in today's economy? It means every dollar is earned with patience and pain and a whole lot of thankless work. And he made her pay for a $500 dinner, just to see if she'd complain. She did. Quietly. Like anyone would. And then, there was the gift situation. She'd gone out of her way to buy him things he loved. A new gaming console and rims for his car. Thoughtful, generous, expensive. He gave her nothing in return. Nothing. And when she asked why, gently, carefully, he took that as a red flag. A subtle way of asking for something pricey, he said. A manipulation tactic. A signal she was after more. That was the straw that broke her. She said, "Let me do us both a favor." And she left. No drama. No begging. Just blocked his number and walked away. And I couldn't believe it. So I went to my brother, thinking there had to be more to the story. Some misunderstanding. Some side of the coin I hadn't heard. But no, he owned it. Every bit of it. Told me he had every right to protect himself. Said I wouldn't understand what it's like being a rich man, constantly worried about being used. He spoke about trust like it was currency, something women had to earn, payment by payment, gesture by gesture, until they'd proven they were safe enough to receive his affection. I asked if it ever occurred to him that she was a teacher, that maybe the $500 bill wasn't a test of love, but a brutal financial blow. He said no. If she was really in it for me, he said, she wouldn't mind. That's when I laughed. I couldn't help it. He called her a gold-digging bitch, and I laughed. And then he turned on me, called me the asshole, said I was just jealous, that I didn't get it, that I'd never understand what it's like to be rich and paranoid. Maybe I don't, but I do know this. If you treat every relationship like a minefield, eventually the only people willing to walk through it are the ones who don't care if it explodes. And the ones who actually love you, they'll leave. Not because they want your money, but because you made them feel like they had to earn your humanity. I told him the truth. The one thing he didn't want to hear. If he doesn't want to be used for his money, then stop dating women with less and punishing them for it. Date someone equally wealthy. Someone who can split $500 checks without blinking. Someone who won't flinch at his tests because she knows the game. But here's the catch. Those women, they won't put up with him either, because no one with self-respect wants to be tested like that. He said, I was just siding with her, that I'd always coddled people who couldn't keep up. But I wasn't coddling. I was calling him out. Let me tell you something. That girl, his ex, she never asked for anything. She never flaunted his money. She paid for things she couldn't afford, gave him gifts she didn't owe, and tried, genuinely tried, to make it work. And he called her a gold digger. I think about that word a lot. It's used like a weapon, like a shield men pull up when they're too afraid to trust. But here's the truth. My brother wasn't protecting himself from gold diggers. He was protecting himself from vulnerability. Because if he admitted she was real, that she cared, that she gave more than she got, then maybe the problem wasn't her. Maybe it was him. Maybe it's easier to destroy something than admit you're not ready to hold it. Maybe he never believed he was worth loving unless he was buying that love. So when someone came along who didn't need the money, but gave to him anyway, he couldn't believe it. Because deep down, he didn't feel lovable, just valuable. And value can be stolen. So he tested her, over and over, until she failed. And when she left, he thought he'd won. But all he proved was that he was the only one playing. So, am I the asshole? Was I wrong for laughing? For telling him he got exactly what he deserved? Was I wrong to say that love doesn't work like that? That good women don't audition? And that trust is built with kindness, not traps? Or am I just another person he'll push away? So he never has to look in the mirror and ask, who am I without the money? Because I think he's terrified to find out. This story is not just about wealth. It's about fear. Fear of being used. Fear of being vulnerable. Fear of being loved for who you are instead of what you have. And yet, the irony here is devastating. In his attempt to protect himself from fake love, the brother destroyed the real thing. This isn't rare. So many of us set up tests in relationships. We want proof, guarantees. But love isn't built on contracts. It's built on trust. And when you make someone prove their worth every step of the way, you're not building trust. You're burning it. The ex-girlfriend gave. She gave more than she had to. And instead of being seen, she was doubted, framed, made to feel like love was a game she could never win. And that's the tragedy. Not that she left, but that he never realized she was never trying to take. She was trying to stay. So maybe the real question isn't whether the storyteller is the asshole. Maybe the real question is, how many of us are living like the brother? How many of us are so afraid of being hurt, we end up hurting others first? And when we finally look around, when the money is spent and the room is empty, will we still think we were right? Let us know what you think in the comments. Have you ever been tested in a relationship? And how do you define love? By what it gives or by what it costs? This is AITA Story Vault. Thanks for listening.